Hello my dear students. Today we are going to learn a beautiful poem titled as The Kite. The poet's name is Harry Ban. Harry Ban is an American screenwriter. Screenwriter means who writes the screenplay for different movies or ads, etc. This is the second poem of your class. In this poem, the poet beautifully describes the flight of a kite, how the kite flies, how does it feel to fly, and in fact, what the kite himself feels about it. So let's begin. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. So here, the poet begins with an exclamation saying that how bright on the blue sky is a kite when it's new. So how bright on the blue sky does a kite looks when it is very new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. So the kite dives and dips, which means it moves in a curved manner and snaps its tail. Snaps means to move the tail to here and there. Okay. Then soars like a ship with only a sail, as over the tides of wind it rides. So here the poet uses a simile. Simile means a comparison. He compares the flight of a kite with the sail of a ship. So he compares the kite with the ship. Just like the ship soars. Okay, soars like a ship means the movement of the ship in the sea. Similarly, the kite also soars in the wind. Okay, with only a sail, which means both of them sail. As over the tides of wind it rides. So the sea passes through the tides of the waves and the kite passes through the tides of the wind. Climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as winds fall. So again he is using the same simile and comparison, just like the boat or the ship climbs to the crest. Crest means the top of the wave. Okay, when there is a huge wave, when a huge wave hits the front of the ship is lifted towards upward to the top of the wave. Of a gust and pulls. Gust means when the wave hits with a great force and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. So likewise, when there is a huge wind, the kite flies in a zigzag manner, okay, hitting the wind very strongly and thus moves high. But when the wind falls, it comes to rest, or when the speed of the wind falls, it comes to rest. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows, and its wings fill and up it goes. So when the string goes slack, slack means loose. So when the strings are loose, if you have ever flown a kite, you will recognize what it means exactly. So when the string goes slack, so when we fly a kite, if the string goes loose, we pull it back. Okay, we pull it back and wind it back. Okay, and when the wind is back, we send it again into great heights. Okay, to wind it back means to send it back. Okay, and run until a new breeze blows. So we pull it back for some time so that a new breeze comes. As soon as a breeze blows, we again leave it loose. We again leave the string loose so that its wings fill and go up it goes. So when there is a new breeze, strong one, we slack the rope or we loosen the string so that again it goes to great height. Again he uses the same exclamation. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. So again the poet is using the same explanation, narrating the beauty of the new kite in the bright blue sky. When it fly, but a raggeder thing you never will see. So he also says when the beauty of the kite is lost, which means you will never see any raggeder means torn and become into pieces. So you will never see any dirty or any worn thing other than the kite when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. So when it gets stuck to the string and when it's stuck to the top of the tree, that's the worst thing that you can ever see about the kite or about anything. Okay, raggeder means torn and torn apart or become into pieces. So that is the worst part of the kite. When it gets stuck to the tree or a string, it gets torn away. That's the worst thing that we will ever see. Thank you, my dear students, and have a nice day.